Ooh, girl, you got shemale. That's right. After much demand, I have decided to go ahead and do my review for RuPaul's Drag Race thus far. Even a little bit about the old girls. Stay tuned. Hello, plastics. It's Christian here. After much request, I have decided to go ahead and review RuPaul's Drag Race thus far. I have been watching it, and I must say that I am enjoying this season. But first, let's do a little house cleaning. First of all, I want you guys to go check out Jasir at Jasir1288. I'm gonna post the link to his page down below. He is a gay rapper. He's so cute, but he got skills. He was, I was listening to him on YouTube or whatever, and my little cousin, who's like a Little Wayne freak, was like behind me, and he was like, "Oh, who was that? He going hard or whatever." And he messed around and heard him say something. He was like, "Wait a second, is he gay?" It was so cute. But yeah, he's a beast. Check him out. Okay, on to Drag Race. Okay, I'm sorry, Doss. I had to get my lighting together real quick. I was looking a little bright. Okay, so where to begin? I guess I'll do this just like I did my Real Housewives of Atlanta review. I'll just go on the girls, I guess. Okay, I gotta start out with my favorite. My favorite is Mariah Balenciaga, and I think I like her because she is like the Miranda Priestley of this season. She is a low key bitch, which I live for. She's first of all, she's gorgeous, and no shade. When Shangela, um, and was it Raja? Not Raja, because I don't like her. What's the other chick's name? Child. Oh God. Alexis. When Shangela and Alexis were in the other lounge or whatever, and they were talking about whether or not she had work. No shade, I had been wondering the same thing too, because she says like her cheeks are just beats. Like I want her to teach you how to make my cheekbones look like that. Now they didn't look like that yet, but I live for her. And when they were talking about drag paint or whatever, they were like, well, she said drag makeup is okay, but I think that stuff needs to look natural. I'm tired of seeing these hard jawlines. And for those of you who have seen some of the performing drag queens, Mimi, I'm first. I'll get to her in a minute. They have this hard like line of contour on their cheek, and it's so late. I hate it. I'm like, what are you doing? So my favorite line from her has been, all that blending and stuff is okay. It needs to look natural though. It's all right to have your cheeks done, but that shit needs to be blended. I thought I would die laughing when she said that. It was so funny because I've been thinking that for like ever. I've been wondering why when the queens do their faces, and like I say in all of my shows, I'm always talking about the drags as if it's a bad thing, but it's not. I live for a lot of them, and a lot of them do give me real fish. But I just wonder sometimes when they perform, why does their makeup have to be so hard? I mean, I realize it's supposed to be stage makeup, but come on, there are limits to everything. Okay, so I guess I should go ahead and do my girl Shangela. I was happy to see Shangela come back because last year she really wasn't ready for it because she was doing the most on the first episode and it was a little late. But this season she came hard, except for the first episode when she had that piece on her head that looked like she had stuck a broom on top of her head and combed it back. I just couldn't understand, sweetie. I've been seeing your pictures on Facebook and etc. Why does your hair look like that? But she made it through the first episode after she lip synced her ass off and, as usual, tore all her clothes off. And, she made it, and now she's coming together. Now, That whole blow up on Mimi I'm first when she said, because I am what? Sickening. Life was given. I don't know. I think the whole throwing of the drink into Mimi's face was a little much and slightly contrived, but it was funny. It was really, really funny. It was really spontaneous too. I mean, she was literally like, "Cause I'm what? Sickening. Something, 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 bitch." And I was like, "Okay." Honestly, I thought Mimi was gonna get up and beat her ass, but as we soon found out, Mimi's a lame. Okay, now let's do Raja. Hmm. Raja very much reminds me of Raven last season. I really didn't like Raven too much last season because it seemed like she was just giving me a little more than I could take from her. But Raja is a bitch. She's a bitch. If I was on Drag Race, the only drag race I would be doing is racing to drag that bitch out of the room into the street so I could whip her ass because she always got something to say. And while we're talking about people who have something to say, the only real ass bitch on that show is Shangela, because whatever Shangela says in the confessionals or says in the other lounge on Untucked, she comes right back out and says it to the girls' faces. I live for that. But Raja ass is always talking about somebody. That bitch looks like a man in a dress. And she sounds like this. I'm like, could you soften that just a little bit? Tyra Sanchez, who I didn't like. I really didn't like her last season. Oh, God. I'm going to leave Tyra alone. But Raja, she is, she either going to get her ass whooped or she's going to get eliminated. I just, for all that she does, for all that she talks about everybody else, she's really not doing that much more than everyone else. No shade. Delta and Stacy are more fierce than her. Now, while we're talking about the big girls, let's talk about Delta and Stacy. Um, Delta, I live for her. For those of you who've seen Legally Blonde, she actually reminds me quite a bit of the girl in Legally Blonde who was doing the nails or whatnot. When she's done, she reminds me of her, and she also reminds me of, like, oh God, her name just slipped my mind. Maybe I'll remember in a second. But I think she's gorgeous. She's sitting. And as for Stacy, Stacy is hanging on. I want her to come out and do what she needs to do and stop mousing around everybody else because she acts like she's scared of the rest of the girls or something, like she's scared to voice her opinion or something like that. I'm like, okay, sweetie, when you're beat, you're cute. I couldn't take the fact that when they said show up, when they said have a moment on the last episode, you know, a publicity moment where something goes wrong. Um, I couldn't take the fact that she had her like actual titty hanging out of her shirt, and the shady part was she was dressed up like a woman, but they didn't have to censor it because it was a man boob, and it kind of like scared me a little bit. I didn't really know what to do with that. I guess. Oh, and while I'm thinking about the publicity moments, so the bad publicity moments, when I believe that was that Manila? Yeah, Manila came out in the panda outfit, and Mariah was like, "What's your scandal?" And she was like, "Oh, a panda outfit, bad fashion." She was like, "Bad fashion was your scandal." And she was like, "Bitch, bad fashion is just your style." I was like, "Oh my God." See, that's why I like Mariah. I am just talking about all the girls, not going in order. Um, let's see who else. Oh, what? Let me let me just take a moment of silence for this bitch. Mimi, I'm first. The bitch comes in the first episode and has a nervous breakdown because she can't sew. The girls help her, and then the next episode she turns into like this crazed bitch. Like she's just on a rampage with everyone. Like she's just doing the most. And I'm like, Mimi, wait a second, sweetie. Wait a second. You look like low budget drag. And when they got her together about the makeup, the whole again with the hard jawline thing, I was like, I'm glad somebody said something because she was making excuses. She's like, I have to take a train, and in New York we don't have dressing rooms for the girls to get ready, so we have to, we have to go out in public like this. So you make your makeup look worse? What? Bitch, please. The reason your makeup looks like that is because you can't do any better. Maybe while she was trying to learn how to sew, she should have learned how to contour too. I mean, I can contour my face and make it look natural. And you do this on the regular and you haven't figured out how to do it yet, I'm going to need you to do better. I'm going to need you to do way better. I'm going to leave her alone now. Let's see. Who else? Miss India. Another fool. Just a fool. I was like, girl, she looked hard as hell too with all that hard ass makeup. But when Mimi picked her up, I thought I was going to die laughing. I knew Mimi ass was going home when she did that because no shade, I probably would have tried to get down and kick her motherfucking ass because you do not pick me up and you don't pick me up on national television and carry me around like a rag doll. Like RuPaul said, drag is not a contact sport, bitch. It's like, okay, I guess. Um, Phoenix, when she did that whole, what was it, science fiction look or whatever, that was a mess. I mean, it was a nice little idea or whatever, but she looked like a man with a lot of makeup on, and it was a fool. All that black, and I was like, oh my god. Okay, clearly she went home, but I mean, I kind of predicted that one. Venus, don't really remember her. Who cares? Um, Carmen, love her. Her and Yara with the whole accent thing is just crazy. Although I do want Yara to stop putting in those damn blue contacts. It looks so weird. And then she has this light foundation on. She looks like an alien or something. I hope somebody says something about that because I really want her to stop doing that. She would be such a pretty girl otherwise, I guess. Um, as for my picks to win, I say Shangela, Mariah, mm, Manila, I guess. I was playing the little drag race game, and those are my three because I like Shangela. I hope she stays. I really want her to win this year. But if not, I would like Mariah to win because she's sickening. Although I do want her to come out of her shell a little bit more because I think she is playing nice with the girls. I want her to go ahead and show them how the Atlanta girls do because I know she's a shady bitch deep down inside. It's just waiting to come out. Come on, Mariah. Show out for the girls. We would like that. Um, let's see. I think that's all I have to say about Drag Race. I mean, it's been interesting, I guess. Some, I don't know. Oh, I do have one thing I want to say. Why is RuPaul always out of drag? Like, that's just weird. And then she has, like, or he, Ru, I don't know, has, like, the pasty mustache. It's kind of creepy. Because clearly you did not shave your mustache and then grow it back right after you know, got out of drag and turned back into a man. I don't know. I just want Rue to be beat all the time because no shade, Rue is one of the most sickening drag queens on the planet. So applause to RuPaul, applause to Drag Race. I love all the girls except Mimi. I'm first. She was just a bitch. You know what? Before I go, Delta Work is turning into a bitch too. It's starting to show itself very slowly. And Carmen Carrera, put on some damn clothes. Okay? Well, this is my quick little review of Drag Race. I'll probably come back and maybe start doing a review every episode, a little quick version or something. I just want to do my catch up review. Um, I had another post in mind tonight, but I completely forgot what it was. I need to do better. I love you guys. Again, check out my boy Jazir. 1288 if I'm not mistaken, but let me make sure that I'm not lying to you because I know how I can do. Yeah, it's JESIER 1288 and that's on YouTube. Check him out. He's a beast. Um, so much for my little promotion for him. Check me out on, as always, check me out on Ustream, C James Lhuillier, Twitter, um, at C James Lhuillier, which I'll put on the screen, and email c.jameslhuillier at gmail.com. As always, I love you guys. You guys have been fabulous. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love, the messages. You guys are great. And until next time, my dolls, my plastics, switch